Good morning, everybody. Back at the silage pile, and there's water standing everywhere. I gotta go close the gate, and I'm gonna give you a little insight on why I build pipe pens instead of wood pens now. We got a bunch of rain last night, and say there's only like 5 kevs in this pen. Well, there should be like 60 kevs in here. But if you'll notice, that gate's torn off the hinges. That gate's torn off the hinges. So, I got another load of kevs to precondition from the same guy. And beautiful, beautiful set of heifers, but boy, are they just nuts. And probably came out of Arizona. Just the way they act. But yeah, so this is the water. I had a big huge pile of water up next to my silage pit that I had to cut a berm out of so it'll drain. But yeah, it sucks. That's why I build steel pins, because you build wood pins, things go wrong. It's part of it. But the thing about it is, if I built all steel pins and they hit it hard enough and they didn't give, it would have killed them. A couple of them at least. But this way it didn't. But then you have the problem with them all getting mixed up, and so I'm going to have to resort everything. So that sucks, but that's just part of it. And if you'll notice here, this is why I'm putting cleachy. It's kind of like a gravel for us down next to my bunks, because this is kind of sloped, and you'll notice I stopped putting feed out there because you'll see my tracks. That feed mixture just slides off in that hole. So yeah, that's one thing there. I went ahead and put feed out in here and left that gate open because those cows will get hungry and they'll come in here and eat this. So, but I don't know if I'll be sorting anything today. It is just a sloppy mess. I haven't checked the rain gauge. Partially because I don't have one. I think if I put one up, it'll stop raining. But I don't know what happened where they just got spooked. I know it wasn't my dogs, because they wouldn't even get off the porch last night. It was raining hard enough. But got the 7810 going, and the 5510 is warmed up, but it's got a leak in the roof. I put a brand new roof on it a year ago, and it's already got a crack in it. But all right, so I'm just finishing up feeding, playing in the mud. Out there with my yearlings, there was 59 head of those heifers that went through there and got out there. Just a real mess, and we can't gather them with pickups today at all. It's way too muddy. And to be quite honest with you, I don't know if we could gather them with horses either, because of just how wound up those heifers are from last night. You know, right now they're just walking the fences, and they're kind of running into my groups of steers and stopping and eating. And so what I'm gonna do is I've got to pull those steers in this coming week anyway and sort them up, because I have some of my heifers in there. So I want to sort them and weigh them and see what they're weighing, because I've been feeding them silage, and the market's getting kind of close where I might be able to break even on them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just leave those heifers out there and let them calm down. And then what I'll do after that is I fed out in the troughs that I have, and I fed in the bunk line. So I'm going to leave that gate open to that pen and do that. I'll feed in both places, so they can get used to coming back in, and I'll just pull them in when I need to sort all my steers. Okay, so to just kind of show you some of the water we got. I got to turn my irrigation well off. got a good amount of rain. I've got a rain gauge on a plate over by that hangar where I keep my swather and big grain drill. But we did this the other day. It's getting feed bunks ready for this circle. I gotta go weld the other ones up today, and I need a couple more troughs there, but those other ones are short, and so I put a cable across them just to keep the calves from getting in the bunks. But this, and it kind of the other reason I wanted to show you, this is the triticale that I planted. Give you kind of an idea of how it's doing. This 70-acre circle and the 30 or the 15 acres I planted are doing extremely well. But I planted them earlier and they have new pivots on them, so they got better fertilizer distribution, and that stuff's getting crazy tall. That stuff's jumped like in a lot, but so they're doing really good. The older pivot, the one that we just put up, it got planted last, and it's not near this good, but I didn't think it would be. That circle needs to be gone through and ripped, have a big deep subsoiler go through and work that circle up. And I got to change a bunch of nozzles on the pivot itself to get a better distribution, but when that happens, it'll look just like this. It'll be just as good. But you can see in the areas that the ground is softer, the fertilizer, we got a better stand. It all had a good stand, but you can see the areas that are having trouble, and that's just I knew that was going to happen, but I'm not too worried because we're going to be feeding silage, and so it won't be too bad of a deal. But we definitely will not be able to stock them like we're going to be able to stock these ones. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. It's looking good. It needs cattle on it now, but we'll wait till it dries out. I'm going to be gone this coming weekend, and I don't want to put them out this week, just due to the fact of how much green forage there is, and we're going to be feeding silage, so you can have a problem with bloat when you're feeding a lot of wet silage. So I don't want that to be an issue. That's why I'm going to wait a week to turn them out. So come on, my little hooligan. But that's how that is doing. The other circle, hey. Oh, I got my wet pup just on me. But that'll give you a good idea of how the wheat is doing, or triticale. I'll probably hay it all this spring. I don't know if I'll graze any of it out. It just depends on how short I am on money and how the cattle market's doing. But they're saying we're going to have a drier summer, so if I hay it, I should be able to sell it really easily and make a lot of money. Just kind of see how it goes. But for now, that's what it looks like. Regardless of what we end up doing, that I am going to have that big circle ripped. May have them subsoil it twice, just to really get it prepped for wheat again. But that's kind of give you an idea of what's going on. I got my hot wire fences up. I stopped it here. That way I left, if I need to start watering, I don't have to worry about cattle around my irrigation well. And I've got my haystack over there, and just make it a lot more user friendly, I guess, for if I'm not the one feeding. But yeah, so if that's kind of what's going on. If there's anything you guys would like to see, then just leave a comment regarding, you know, kind of what's going on here lately. I still need to make comparison videos on the swather, but I need to. What I was gonna do with that is I was gonna go in with the swather that I have now and say what I like and dislike, you know. But I've only run it a little bit, so I can't do too much about that. And then go through the old clips of the John Deere and the Massey and pull parts out of there, and so you can kind of compare certain things on them. I did make a review of the 5510. I know I've been asked to do that a lot, but it just I couldn't get it uploaded. I had a problem with it. There was some of the footage was not good at all, and so I'll get another one made because I've had several people ask about that one, and we'll kind of go from there. But yeah, if there's something you kind of want to see or an update on, a little bit of information on, if I can do that, then I'll get you a video. So just leave a comment. So thanks for watching, and you can comment, rate, subscribe, all that fun stuff if you want to. The comments, honestly, if you don't subscribe, it's not a big deal, or like the video, it's not a big deal, but I do like the comments because it makes it worth doing the videos when you have people participating in it. So thanks.